What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey, thanks for joining me for this Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. This is a series that I do weekly, every Tuesday. Now, it's not a full review. It's a bullet points as to why myself, 20-sided warriors, maybe even my wife, enjoys it when a particular title hits the table. And today, I got to talk to you about something that's been part of my life for most of my life, and that's Star Wars. Particularly, I want to talk to you about Star Wars Outer Rim. And this is an expansion for it. Now, I don't normally cover a lot of expansions on this series, but sometimes something just stands out and I've got to point it out. And in this case, man, I'm telling you, this unfinished business really feels like it should have been part of the core game. It just melds so perfectly with what's already been given to us. Now, right off the bat, I just want to say that first, not only, but first, I do want to say that there is more of everything and anything that you already love about the game in this expansion box. They definitely go out of their way to make sure that you're going to have more of the cards, more of the ships, more of the individuals that you can play through in the course of the game. But that's not all. It doesn't stop there. Now, I don't mind it when an expansion just gives us nothing but more of the same. It does. It adds on to replayability and, opens up the game a little bit more. But when you go that step further and you add new stuff to it, that speaks volumes. Now, it doubles. Flat out, just doubles the amount of encounter cards that you're going to have a chance to go through in this game. That's going to add on to replayability, besides just opening up and making more story, more adventure for you to tabletop through. So besides that, there's also new market cards. And that's really important because it's going to give you more jobs, more opportunities to win the game by gaining some victory points here. It's also going to add more bounties to the game, as well as a few extra ships, and a couple of ships that are the most expensive that you've seen so far. There's also newer, tougher level contacts, these orange level contacts that you're going to be seeding around the planets that you get to go visit. And these are much more difficult individuals to deal with, whether you're got them as a bounty that you're trying to collect, or whether you want to try to cajole them into being a shipmate of yours, or just getting information from them, interacting with them. This does raise the bar, makes things a little bit more difficult. So if you feel like you've been having a little easy so far in the game, which I don't know how you could be feeling that way, but if you are, this is going to add up to the difficulty a little bit. Now, myself and the 20-sided warriors absolutely love the fact that it adds the core worlds, and not only that, but it adds a way to literally hyperspace from one end, because if you're familiar with the game, it's the horseshoe, right? So if you're over here, now you can just zip right across. Yeah, that opens things up and makes things a little easier, while adding some more places to explore and to interact with. Now, another thing this does, which is absolutely new to the game, we didn't find in the core set, and again, it feels like it should have been part of the original game system, and that's ambition cards. So now, besides acquiring the amount of points you need, becoming famous in the game, if you want to win, you're also going to have to accomplish whatever that ambition card is, that goal that you drew. And I like this. This deepens the game, gives you an extra thing that you have to do. In a game where you can get victory points, fame points, or any game like this has a point system, and you can gain them in so many different ways. But to add on to that, now you have options over here, but you can't win with just over here. Now you have to do something very specific right here. I like that balance. I do. And another thing that they've added to the game, which, man, me and the guys have been absolutely loving, is these favor tokens. It's a way to deepen player interaction in the middle of the game by offering someone a favor in the form of a token, and hopefully they'll repay you. They may say they will. Doesn't mean they have to. And it brings a new level to the game, with this level of player interaction that really wasn't there beforehand with the core game. A little bit maybe, but this just throws everything right at you with that. It opens up the game, bringing it to life in a way that you didn't know. But now that you know, you experience it with this expansion, you realize that that's the way it should have been to begin with. Really love it. And this is indeed, in every way, shape, and form, a needed expansion. Anyone out there that has Star Wars Outer Rim, you simply have to go get this expansion. It's more than just an expansion. It is the game. I can't stress that enough. And I honestly believe that anyone that has played this game with the expansion completely understands what I'm saying. This is a must-have. This must be played as part of the game. No matter how much fun you're having already, trust me, you're going to have so much more fun once you start incorporating everything from this expansion. What can they do besides this? I don't know. But I love this system so much, I'm really hoping for another expansion on top of this. But I don't know what else they could add besides more ships and players. Let's find out. But for right now, why don't you go watch some playthroughs? Because no matter what somebody says, you don't know if they're bribed. You don't know if they're being told what to do in some way, shape, or fashion, being paid. Now, if you want to know if you like a game, go watch a playthrough. That's the best way to find out.